Alright, Ayācemwanēwek, Nēmow Yope, Kata Kochemanin, Waqnahwew. Tell them who you are, Waqnahwew. Introduce yourself.
Ayācemwanēwek, Waqnahwew na Ayakayan, Bowler na Skiwakian, Menomini na Totam. Was born out in Washington, D.C. My parents met out there, and right after that, we came home back here to Keshena. I lived over on Rabbit Ridge for my formative years. And then they went to school at UWGB, so we moved down to Green Bay. So I lived in Green Bay for, many years until I went to school. Traveled all over the place for school. To Madison, to Arizona, New Mexico.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's touch a little bit more on your educational journey. What you got going on now? Where?
Okay. Yeah.
What it took for you to get there?
I was kind of like right out of high school. I was kind of stumbling around a little bit. I didn't really know how to study because everything came pretty easy, through high school, and so I didn't do very well. I ended up like, just kind of like partying and not really going to school, and because I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then I went to Europe and backpacked around for a while, and that was pretty cool. And kind of like find yourself kind of a thing.
Right.
Yeah. Went to the colonizing lands to figure out who I was.
To realize that home was where.
Yeah.
Where was that? Huh?
Yeah. So I started doing art. So I went to the art school down in New Mexico, Institute of American Indian Arts, and came back and finished up my bachelor's of arts in fine arts in Madison, and then went to Arizona and worked on my master's degree in information resources, library science, and what I was really working on though is digital archiving. And so when I came home, then I started working with the language tapes, archiving all of those tapes and creating kind of a larger database of work.
Right.
For teachers of the language, for learners of the language.
Yeah. Waqnahwew is a big part of our online presence in getting all of that archive. So he's done some good work over the years, and it's very vital for the Menomini waiting us in there. So, and if you didn't know, we won Teacher of the Year, and when was that?
2019.
2019. So
yeah,
right here, right at home at Menomini Indian High School. So thank you for that, my man. And Waqnahwew. Now that you're done with the school, had to win Teacher of the Year. We moved on from that. Tell us what you got going on now, Waqnahwew.
Well, I got into this program at UWGB, doing the First Nations Education Doctorate Program. So we're the first group to go through a doctoral program, and the first doctoral program at UWGB, which is First Nations Education. And it's pretty awesome. Lots of really amazing people in our cohort, and we're doing. Well, right now I'm in my dissertation phase of it, so I'm like researching and writing constantly. But I took a sabbatical from the high school for a year to work on the Kaehkēnawapahtāēq immersion charter school. So like all these things that I've been collecting and learning and I kind of brought home with me from like going out to Washington D.C. and New York and down in Chicago and getting things from the archives and bringing them home. And so now I get to like use all of that for developing this program, which is going to be a Menomini language immersion program, pre-K to K.
Right, yep. Let's talk a little bit more about that. You guys got the grant when? About this past year?
Yeah,
2021?
Past year. Yep. This is our planning year, our first year. So it's a first year of a 5-year grant.
Right.
So this year we get to plan. Next year we'll implement, and we'll have that 2 classrooms of pre-K and K, and then we'll advance it every year. So first grade, second grade, third grade. So by the end of the 5-year grant, we'll have pre-K to 3 at the over by the KPS.
All right. If you're watching, keep an eye out for the Kaehkēnawapahtāēq. We're going to be making some moves here in the near future. So, Waqnahwew and Waqnahwew.
Yeah. And like we really depend on the community to help develop this program.
Right.
So we've held like community focus groups to kind of talk through like what our like main mission and vision and goals are for our kids. And now we're gonna have some more too. Like after we've gone through that and we've heard from the community, now we want to figure out like, do we want our kids to go through the entire year so we can do seasonal activities of the Menomini?
Summer school.
Yeah, so we can do gardening throughout the summer, and then we can take periodic breaks throughout the year. How long during the day do we go? We have like it's not going to be like the KPS and MIMS and in the high school. We can kind of develop our own hours and days, and
definitely our chance to do something different.
Right.
Make it our own and put our own stamp on it. A Menomini way or
right. So what does that look like then?
Yeah. So I've been taking. I took part in that first discussion group we had. There was a few of us in there, but if you're interested in doing that, look out. Add this guy on Facebook. Watch out. We'll share it on Menomini U page. But come join us in these talks. We need all the input we can get. I have a daughter in the immersion room, and I hope she will attend Kaehkēnawapahtāēq one day. So if you see them, those discussion groups, don't be scared to come and just listen if that's the case. So it's great.
It's cool to think about like how these little ones are gonna progress. Like what is their world gonna look like? The ones that are gonna be coming up in the language, and how do we provide the best education for them so that they can succeed and be amazing elders for their young ones and their grandchildren.
Right.
Yeah.
What can we see moving forward, with Kaehkēnawapahtāēq and yourself here on the reservation?
Well, I think that that we have to move beyond, having like teachers in the classroom that our kids need our community. Mm-hmm. They need to come to Nēmow to learn some songs, They need to come to Waqnahwew to help with create some pottery or some arts, They need to come to Waqnahwew to learn some language. Like all of these different people, there's all these different connections in our community. All of these different teachers that we need to really just come together as a community effort. I think that's what's really important, is that every one of us has a part to play in the future of our children. Mm-hmm. And if we do come together and share our knowledge and combine our knowledge and take the things that we know that were passed on to us and share them out and create these amazing little human Menomini beings, mm-hmm. I think that's what really drives me, is like just the potential in our kids.
Right.
Yeah. I've seen it, as a teacher, in high school, I see the potential in all our kids and how amazing they are and how easy it is for them to connect to who we were and who we are as Menomini people. And just to be able to make that your full-time job, right. Is pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool. It's like, it's our responsibility, right? Like we have to give back all these things. Like I was given gifts of different education and knowledge and things, and how am I going to give that back? How am I going to share that out? And how am I going to connect with other people who feel the same way? And how can our collective mission come together to better our people?
Yeah. The time is now. That's our mission goals here at Menomini U and Kaehkēnawapahtāēq, is to, make that sense of community again.
Yeah.
Put our efforts into ourselves. And
yeah, I really commend you guys on what you're doing, and I think that it's really going to reach out and help other people connect as well. Mm-hmm. People who don't normally have the chance. Like you got people from all over the country taking Menomini language classes. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. So what else? What else could happen? You know,
mixing a little bit of this new ways of learning and opportunities, and mixing in that old ways and then language and songs and arts, and just putting it together. And,
right.
You know.
We're like the bridge for that. You know.
Right.
Yeah, we'll help people connect, and I think that's what you're doing, and that's what we all need to be doing.
All right. Well, Wanan.
No.
Wanan, it's case piss. Kakikiti and Ayos. You know. Thanks for coming and talking and sharing some of your thoughts here today.
No.
Oh, well.
Ayācemwanēwek.